Assalamualaikum and a very good day everyone. My name is Farah Elminajwa binti Shabuddin from class IM556B. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about iPhone versus Android, which one is better. Let's go! How did you feel, dear reader, after reading the headline? Were you consumed with curiosity over which mobile operating system reigns supreme in the eyes of experts? Did it trigger a flashback to heated memory when you butted heads with a phone brand loyalist? Perhaps we're just mildly irked by how contentious the Android versus iPhone debate is. After all, it's one of those topics that gets people right up. I don't care that your favorite tech expert says only an idiot will buy an iPhone, or that your friend in IT swears the other guy is a doll and her Android phone is the best of the best. That's not choosing a piece of technology, it's choosing a tribe. If you want to make a logical choice between an iPhone and an Android phone based on the technical specs, I have to start by saying there is no one right answer. The simple truth is that iPhones running iOS and smartphones running the Android OS both have good and bad points. And to make matters more complicated, comparing operating system alone doesn't tell you much. It will likely never have a real winner, but here I am going to try and help you find your personal pick or the same. Let's go! Hardware is the first place where the differences between the iPhone and Android become clear. Only Apple makes iPhone, so it has extremely tight control over how the software and hardware work together. On the other hand, Google offers Android software to many phone makers including Samsung, HTC, and Motorola. Because of that, Android phones vary in size, weight, features, and quality. If you're buying an iPhone, you need to pick a model. Because many companies make Android devices, you have to choose both a brand and a model. Some may prefer the choice Android offers, but others appreciate Apple's greater simplicity and higher quality. Next, to ensure you always have the latest and greatest version of your smartphone operating system, you have to get an iPhone. That's because some Android makers are slow to update their phones to the latest version of the Android OS and sometimes don't update their phones at all. The makers of the phones control when the OS update is released for their phones. Most Android makers are very slow to update if they update at all. So if you want the latest and greatest OS as soon as it's ready, you need an iPhone. If you're concerned most about your phone cost, you will probably choose Android. That's because many Android phones are cheap or even free. Apple's most affordable phone is the iPhone SE. For those on a very tight budget, that may be the end of the discussion. If you've got some money to spend on your phone though, look a little deeper. Next, when it comes to Google Assistant versus Siri, there's no question of the winner, Google Assistant by a country mile. Google Assistant is more than an excellent voice interface for Google Search. If you use Google applications such as Google Calendar and Google Maps, Google Assistant can make life simpler. Say you are meeting someone for lunch downtown and traffic is awful, Google Assistant will work out that you need to leave early to make your appointment and it will notify you beforehand. That is cool. Siri may have been first to market, but it's still a pretty basic. It's fine for answering questions, but it's not really much of an artificially intelligent assistant. With a new smartphones being released so often, people tend to upgrade quickly. When you do that, you want to be sure to resell your old phone for the most money to put towards the new one. Apple wins on that front. All iPhones fetch more money at resale than old Androids. When it comes to security, it's not so much that Android has problems, it's that Google is more lax than Apple about what application it allows into its App Store. The best way to get your malware off your Android gadget is to only get apps from the Google Play Store. Even so, Google reports that 0.16% of all apps contain malware. Generally speaking, iPhones are inherently more secure. if that is you think you can trust Apple with your privacy, while Google gets a lot of grief for not being trustworthy with personal data. Not everyone finds Apple trustworthy either. For instance, Apple recently admitted that iOS 15 recorded users' Siri conversation in some cases. Early iPhones needed to recharge their batteries every day. More recent models can go days without a charge, though new versions of the operating systems tend to cut battery life until they are optimized in later releases. Fortunately, there are ways to extend your iPhone's battery life. But thanks to the wide variety of Android models, some offer ultra-high capacity batteries. If you don't mind the extra bulk and need a long-lasting battery, Android can deliver a service that works much longer than an iPhone on a single charge. As a conclusion, the decision of whether to buy an iPhone or Android phone isn't as simple as tallying up the winners above and choosing the phone that won more categories. Different categories matter more for certain people. Some people will value hardware choice more, while others will care more about battery life or mobile gaming. Both platforms offer good choices for different people. You will need to decide what factors are most important to you and choose the phone that best meets your needs. And that's all from me. Thank you.